So, should you become a real estate agent in 2022? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to make that decision. And that's coming up right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Freedom Agents. This YouTube channel is all about helping you crush your real estate sales goals. My name is Marc Brenner. I'm CEO of the Living in Atlanta team here in Atlanta, Georgia. And today we're going to talk about an important question for a lot of you out there. Should you become a real estate agent in 2022? Maybe you've heard things from a friend or colleague who really loves it. Maybe you've heard horror stories. You've heard people can make some good money. It can be kind of entrepreneurial, but you don't really know too much about it. Is it for you? And can you really take the leap into real estate? So today I'm going to break down exactly what it's like to be a real estate agent and how you can decide if it's worth getting your license in 2022. So let's get into it. All right, so before I get into today's topic, if you want to connect with me, if you want access to personal one-on-one coaching, if you want access to our full YouTube bootcamp that has helped me close over 35 deals a year directly from YouTube, please reach out to me. You can book an appointment with me on Zoom. You can email me, call me, whatever you want to do. But I help realtors use YouTube to crush their sales goals, and I teach them how to work with investors for a steady flow of deals. So if you're interested in continuing the conversation, please reach out to me today. All right, so should I become a real estate agent in 2022? Is it worth it? Can I succeed? After all, I know there's a lot of competition. I don't know, will I make any money? Will I enjoy it? These are all probably some of the questions you're asking yourself if you're watching this video. So I wanted to make this video really to help you make the decision, because I think it's really important to know what you're getting into. It's very fun to dream big, have ideas about making a lot of money and having a successful business, and that's all great. But one thing I see people really overlook when they say they're interested in a career path, especially younger people, and we've all been in this position, so there's no judgment, but they really don't take the time to figure out what the day-to-day looks like. What is the experience of actually being in this line of work day in and day out? And is it going to fulfill you and, bring you joy and happiness and challenges? Or is it absolutely going to depress you and make you want to do anything else but real estate? So that is what this video is going to be about. But first, let's get you hyped, okay? Because if you're anything like me, I do think you should consider being a real estate agent. Now, I've said this in multiple videos. In fact, I'll say it to anyone who'll listen. I don't think there's any other career path that I know of that has a lower barrier to entry with a higher potential for earning, okay? Think about it for a second. It only takes about 2 weeks or less of school. You take a couple tests and you pay a couple fees, and bam, you're a licensed realtor and you can help people buy and sell real estate. It's usually as simple as that, assuming you pass your test on the first time. Well, in that first year, you have every opportunity to not only make decent money, but well into the six figures. And I know many agents who made six figures or more in their first year in real estate. So just that alone should get your attention, okay? People go to college for 4, 7, 10 years to become some type of specialized doctor or lawyer. And their goal, other than the actual career itself, is to make this type of money. It takes a long time in the traditional school route. Well, this is not a traditional job, okay? Real estate is essentially entrepreneurship. You're starting your own business. And although you do not have a guaranteed check every month, you have the potential to earn more than doctors or lawyers or whatever other career you want to think of without the school, without the debt. And it always surprises me that more people don't talk about how amazing real estate sales is. After all, you're free. You can do what you want. You set your own schedule. You don't have a boss. You can't get fired. And you have unlimited potential for earning, okay? You're not going to be working twice as hard, 3 times as hard to get the next pay bump at the next pay grade, okay? There's no limit to the amount of money you can make, all right? So hopefully that's hyped you up a little bit, because I do think this is an incredible career path, all right? But we're going to talk about some of the other side. What does it take to succeed, and what does the day-to-day look like? Now, I could go on and on about all the different reasons why myself becoming a real estate agent was literally one of the best decisions I've ever made. But I want to be honest and point out that there is a flip side to that coin. After all, if you do any research, if you look at statistics, most real estate agents fail within the first few years. And most real estate agents are making very little money. So all the wonderful things I just pointed out, those are the outliers. That's the cream of the crop, the top 5, 10, 15% in this industry. They are making a lot of money and they are creating successful businesses. But the reality is the majority of people who get their real estate license will not make a lot of money. They'll make very little money. They'll sell less than 6 homes a year. If you look at the average salary for a real estate agent, I think it's around $45,000. Now, I've made a whole video about why I think those numbers can be skewed a little bit. Basically, you have a huge pool of people making far less than $40,000, and I think you have the cream of the crop making multiple 6 figures. Okay, but the opportunity is there, and that's why I'm talking about it today. But because the barrier to entry is so low, which makes it great, it also makes it very challenging. Okay, there's a lot of competition. Anyone can get their real estate license. And not only are you competing with, the average Joe who can get it, you're actually now competing with big tech companies, okay? Zillow, Amazon, Opendoor, and a lot of other companies are using, capital systems and technology to get into the real estate space and carve out a piece of the profits that was mostly going to agents in the past. Okay, so it's not getting easier to be a real estate agent. I really want you to know what you're getting into after watching this video, okay? I'm not gonna pull any punches about how hard it is or what it's like, because the flip side to there being no ceiling to your income is that there's no floor to your income, okay? You don't have a paycheck every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever. Okay, you can go months and months and months and not make any money in this industry. So you need to know what you're getting into. So there's really 2 questions that I suggest you ask yourself and come up with an answer for before taking the plunge and spending the money to pursue this career path. Really, it's 2 questions and each has a sub-question, okay? So the first question is, do you know what the day-to-day will be like? And then the sub question for that one is, does that sound enjoyable to you? Okay, so let's talk about what the day-to-day as a realtor looks like. Now, because you don't have anyone over you, you don't have a boss or anyone telling you what to do, you are master of your own schedule. Okay, so this could be either great for some people or could be very difficult for people who prefer more structure. But you're going to have a very open schedule, especially at the start, okay? It's going to be a blank canvas. You don't have to be anywhere at any given time. You don't have to clock in or clock out at all. But if you want to be successful in this industry, what successful realtors day to day looks like is follows. Lead generation every day. We'll talk a little bit more about that later in the video, but a portion of every day will be carved out for some type of lead generation. Okay, this usually involves getting on the phone, calling people, having conversations with people, okay? If you want to be successful in real estate, you're going to need to speak to people, to make new relationships, to let your current friends and family and sphere know you're in real estate. You're going to need to meet new people and go to events, okay? You're going to need to be proactive about building a database of people where you become top of mind as their go-to real estate agent, okay? So be prepared if you're an ultimate introvert or if you think you can succeed in real estate without talking to people or without getting in front of a camera, you are mistaken. Now, that does not mean you have to be an extrovert to be a successful real estate agent. I am very much an introvert but I do what I have to do, okay? And it's a lot easier for me to shoot YouTube videos for lead generation than it is cold calling FSBOs or expireds. So there's a lot of different types of lead generation you can do, but you're going to be doing something each day. Okay, you're also going to be organizing a database each day. Okay, so you do have to be a somewhat organized individual or eventually hire someone who is organized on your team. You need to be tracking people who reach out to you and systematically following up. So each day is going to look like tracking leads, filtering them, creating notes, creating plans to follow up, and then actually following up with those people, in addition to some sort of lead generation to meet new people. This is really the engine of your business and the main thing you'll be doing once you get into real estate, because at first you won't have any clients. So you really probably won't be going on showings or writing contracts right away. No matter where you're at in your business, all of the successful agents and team leaders that I know make a daily habit without any excuses of lead generating. Now, once you get some clients, your day-to-day will shift a little bit, and it's really just going to be more work, okay? You're going to be obviously out showing homes, which I really enjoy. It's not stressful for me. You get to be outside, you get to see real estate and talk about it. So that really never felt like work for me, but maybe some people would not enjoy that. So you're going to be showing homes. You're going to be listing homes, hopefully. So that looks like more meetings with homeowners to talk about plans. A lot of coordination for things that need to happen at future dates. Okay, signage, listing input, contracts, marketing, negotiating. Okay, these are a lot of the day-to-day tasks when you have clients. You're going to be speaking to clients constantly. You're going to be really advising them. Once you have a roster of clients that you're working with, it very much turns into an advisory role, okay, a counselor role in many instances, and you're going to be doing a lot of communicating and negotiating. So at the beginning, it's going to be mostly lead generation, and then once you have some clients, you're still going to need to lead generate, but you're also going to need to actually help people buy and sell homes, and there's a lot that goes into that. So just be clear on what the day-to-day looks like and ask yourself, does it sound enjoyable to me to have my own schedule that I am the master of and do whatever I want with? Do I have the discipline to consistently lead generate every day? And will I enjoy the day-to-day tasks of helping people buy and sell? Will I enjoy doing showings? Will I enjoy coordinating a bunch of different things that have to happen off a checklist? Will I enjoy writing contracts? Will I enjoy negotiating with other agents? Okay, this is the day-to-day, and if this does not sound enjoyable to you, then you probably need to rethink pursuing this career path. All right, so the second big question you need to ask yourself before taking the leap and getting your real estate license is, do you know what success requires, and are you capable of delivering? Are you capable of doing the tasks day in and day out that will help you be successful? So let's talk about what success requires in this industry. Well, I just talked a lot about it, but obviously it requires discipline, okay? You're going to need to be rigorous with your lead generation. The main reason why most realtors fail in this business is because they cannot execute daily lead generation, okay? And listen, this is a difficult industry, but I really want you to hear this. This is not a complicated industry. You do not need to be a rocket scientist to be a successful realtor. It does not require any extreme intelligence or even extreme business savvy at the beginning. What it does require is doing monotonous work every day. And that's really what separates the people who quit within the first few years and the people who build massive business and make multiple six figures and many times multiple millions of dollars a year. So, do you have it in you to commit to every day without excuse doing some form of lead generation? Okay. Now there's a lot of different types of lead generation you can do. That's up to your personality, your disposition. Some people cold call FSBOs and expired. Some people host open houses. Some people just go all in with social media. Some people go all in with their sphere of influence and the people that they already know. There are a lot of ways to be successful. I don't really care what the method is, but you have to know that every day you've got to do some form of lead generation. It requires a lot of discipline, and it requires really focusing on the task at hand. Now, the other thing is, and this may seem obvious, but maybe people don't realize it, it takes a lot of work. I've said this in multiple videos as well, but being a successful real estate agent is actually 2 full-time jobs. One full-time job is lead generation, because you do need to do that every day. The second full-time job is, once you have people who want to work with you, you actually have to service those clients. You have to help them be successful in the buying or selling of a home. So when you have these things going simultaneously at some point in your business, it really can and does feel like 2 full-time jobs. In fact, you're wearing a lot of different hats as a real estate agent, and one of the things that will help you be successful is eventually passing those hats off to more successful people who are better in those positions than you are. But I don't want you to be deceived. It is a lot of hard work. Now, the reality is, this industry, being successful in it, it really requires a lot of self-growth. A lot of people in this industry who succeed are interested in self-improvement, self-help books, just constantly improving, not only in business, but in their personal life. And as you go on and go up in this industry, you realize those two really do merge. It's hard to improve and be successful in your business without improving yourself as a person, whatever that may mean for you. So if none of that interests you, if you kind of scoff at that and think it's hokey pokey or not interesting, and you make fun of self-help books, that would be a sign that this may not be the industry for you, because you have to be constantly learning, especially from people who are where you want to be in the future. And probably the number one thing that you need to be successful as a real estate agent is the right mindset, a steadfast determination and belief in yourself. And the reason you need that belief in yourself, the reason it's so important, is because of how difficult this can be, because of the challenges that you will encounter, because of the competition that there is. I'm not talking about name it and claim it. And people always get confused when they see Tony Robbins talking about, mindset and positive thinking. I think a lot of people are deceived into thinking that's all about name it and claim it positivity. I've said this in other videos. Why Tony Robbins is so effective, if you really read his books, everything he does with you is to get you to a point to make decisions, to give you the confidence to just make decisions, make mistakes. That's how you grow. The people who get analysis paralysis, overthinkers, can have a very hard time in this industry. The people who make decisions without being afraid if it's going to fail, those are the people who typically are highly successful in this industry. So mindset is paramount. You need to go into this career thinking, you know what? I don't care what it takes. I don't care how many people fail. I know I can be successful. I believe in myself. I will not give up until I reach my goals. I will continue to learn. I will do the day in and day out menial tasks of lead generation, and I will succeed no matter what. And you know what? If you really believe that, if you're saying that to yourself, I'm very confident that you will succeed. Because again, it's not like all the geniuses in this industry are at the top, okay? It's not like people who are coming out of Harvard Business School, they're the ones who are making all the money in real estate. The people who are making all the money in real estate are simply the ones who do what it takes. They do the simple tasks, the menial tasks each day that lead up to success, okay? It's not complicated. It's not flashy. We're talking about picking up the phone and calling people. We're talking about making plans for following up. We're talking about making plans for providing value to people, and a lot of other ways that you can generate leads. But this is simple stuff that you need to execute every day. So if you think you can do that for the long haul, if you can be patient, because it does take a while to gather up steam, then this really might be the industry for you. So, do you know what the day-to-day looks like as a realtor, and does that sound enjoyable to you? And B, do you know what it takes to succeed, and do you really believe that you can execute on those tasks? Those are the 2 main questions you need to ask yourself before making this decision to get into real estate. Okay, this is not an easy job. If you heard that your friend is doing all these deals and he made $30,000 last month, he didn't even try, that's not realistic. Okay, that's not gonna be everyone's experience. Sure, people can get lucky, People may have a large database because they're sociable people with a lot of friends, and they may do some good sales in their first year with maybe in some cases not even really trying. But I can tell you, those are the outliers, okay? The overwhelming majority of people, you really have to work. You have to do the day-to-day tasks. Now, if you can do that, again, I want to end on, this is the best career ever. I have no boss. I cannot be fired. I have no limit to my income. And I'm creating a business that's my own, that will create positive cash flow for me for as long as I want, and probably one that I can sell for a large profit at some point in the future. So for me, getting my real estate license and being a real estate agent was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. But whether or not that's the case for you, only you can decide. So think about what I said, ask yourself those questions. Don't lie to yourself. Really be honest with yourself. Do you have what it takes? Can you do the day to day? And then make your decision. But if you think you have it in you, if you have that entrepreneurial spirit, if you get excited at making plans and being the boss and creating something from nothing, I would highly encourage you to go get your license right away. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Again, if you want to know more about how I use YouTube to make multiple six-figure income each year, how I work with investors to get a consistent stream of closed deals, book a Zoom call with me, send me an email, send me a text, whatever you want to do. But I provide people in my organization unmatched value. So please do reach out if you're interested. And until my next video, I'll see you next time.